This segment of In the Field Radio is brought to you by Tattoo Shop Radio, Culture Shock, Wapter Music FM, powered by Zeno.fm, with additional monitoring through online radio box.
It's In the Field Radio, y'all.
Everything's real in the field.
On 91.3 FM, WVKR.
Welcome back to In the Field Radio. I'm Erin Boogie. I'm here with Miss Lady D.
What's going on?
And we have special guest, OfficialJL, in the building.
Yo. Yeah, we here.
All right. So for our guests who might not be familiar with you, can you just give them a little bit of a background about who you are and what you do?
It's a long story. You kind of got to leave me there, honestly. It's too much to talk about.
Well, you have quite the resume. You're an artist, a producer, an engineer, a songwriter, and a videographer. Is there anything you can't do?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
So what came first? What did you get into first?
Music. I guess I know you're probably like, what about music? Probably, yeah, it was just me getting in the booth. I think my uncle put me in the booth one time and I just loved it, and I knew that's what I wanted to do.
And so how did you segue from that into engineering, songwriting, all those things surrounding it?
Right. So the engineering came next. And that came about because, as a struggling artist, you can't afford studio times sometimes, so I just, it was me and my cousin Cruz, rest in peace. He just invested in buying a computer, and I'm lying. It was King Face first. I'm sorry. King Face, rest in peace, same thing. But King Face was actually, he's the one who bought a computer and it's like studio equipment. And we just we're just gonna figure it out on our own type, kind of figured it out. Actually, I'll shout out my boy Stacks for Ace Stacks for, making me start engineering my own stuff, because he taught me like a couple things about an EQ. And I was just intrigued, and I was like, all right, if he can do it, I can do it type, time. So that's how I started, pretty much. Producing, it goes hand in hand. So, like, I guess, the way producers are perceived nowadays are kind of misconstrued, because a lot of people think a producer's a beat maker, but that's not the case. Producer is somebody who's hands-on with the whole entire project. Well, which is like a song or the song at hand. And, either the person does make a beat, they don't have to make a beat, they can still be a producer. But yeah, pretty much it all goes hand in hand. Producing could be vocal producing, you know what I mean? It can be a lot of different producing, you know what I mean? Like, just say, for instance, I had an artist here the other day at my house, and I'm vocal producing her. I didn't make the beat, but I'm vocal producing, you know what I mean? So yes, it all goes hand in hand.
Is there anything else you feel you're missing from your repertoire that you want to get into?
Yeah, being on Forbes list.
I hear that.
That's dope.
I super hear that.
Yeah.
What made you start taking music seriously?
Again?
Well, we're going to get into that. So
yeah. I was like, well, but then you went and you're doing videographer stuff, and you're just now circling back to.
And it was a 10-year gap in between.
10 years, yeah. It's crazy. Life, man. Life. Honestly, that's the only way I can kind of put it right now. Life. At a point in time, you got to figure out, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? Like, what am I going to do? Am I about to keep going through the same thing, be down and, expect things to come to me? Or am I going to go out there and get it? But at the same time, do I have the resources to do this? Or do I have the power, energy to do that? And just the way the universe led me was to shoot videos. I've recently started to notice in hindsight that it was always like cameras was always in my life because my mother used to always take pictures of us as kids. And she would always keep shoe boxes of pictures. And I always looked through them, but I never knew that like that was something I would do in the future, you know what I mean? Or something I would even take a liking to. But I guess, you know, like I said, in hindsight, I can remember always seeing my mother snapping pictures and being intrigued that a picture came out of it, you know what I mean? Like an actual picture, like a still. So like as an artist, us as artists, we don't know when to stop. You know what I mean? We don't know when to stop and realize that it's enough, meaning doing music, like recording music. You know what I mean? Like we don't know when it's enough. We don't know what's the right hit. We don't know if this is the song everybody's going to like. You know what I mean? But we always have doubts, of course, because we don't know. It's like everything that we do is old to us and new to you, but we don't know that. You know what I mean? We think it's old because it's us hearing ourselves over and over. And then we like, damn, I did that last week. I'm going to just go do something else, do something new. You know what I mean? And that's a cycle that's going to keep repeating until you figure out that you got to stop. You got to stop. Like, you have to stop and focus on everything else, especially as an independent artist. You know what I mean? I'm talking as an independent artist, not an artist that has a team behind him or her. They have a team, so they don't have to do as much. But if you're going to come out as an independent artist, you're going to have to know that you're going to have to go through all of this.
Already too. Well, so it dropped, June 19th I saw?
June 19th is my brother's birthday. He passed. Everything about this project is very sentimental, and everything about this project means something to me. You know what I mean? Like it's really deeper than what it looks like. You know, everything is way deeper than what it looks like. On the surface, it's like an iceberg.
Like an iceberg. Well, I read the press release, like the bio, like before I heard the project, and then I hear the project. I'm like, oh, this doesn't sound like typical rapping on here, and I was like, oh, I like this. And then so,
can I just cut in and say the same thing happened to me?
The same thing happened to you. Like,
yes, like hey. When I read the press release, I was expecting one thing, and when I turned it on, I got something totally opposite and was pleasantly surprised.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so I heard nobody sent me, and I'm
is that a PR problem? You gotta tell me.
No, I think
I think that's cool.
Yeah, it especially if both of us felt that way, I'm sure that's exactly what's going to happen to other people that open it and listen to it. But especially, you know, you're working with, and I guess you're working with drill rappers and that sort of thing. So it was like, that's the kind of vibe I was expecting because that's what everybody's doing in the city. And then I read your inspirations of Michael Jackson and Jagged Edge and Bryson Tiller. And I was like, oh, okay, that's really dope. And then I put the music on and it was not drill, which was a breath of fresh air because that's what everyone was doing. And I was like, oh, okay, those inspirations make much more sense to me now.
That was really cool.
About to see Michael Jackson, Jagged Edge. Like,
my favorite track is Let It Be.
Yes.
If you listen to the words, I was like, this is not supposed to sound like this. And I loved it.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
the video too. Like the video is like that typical New York City summer vibe. Like the whole thing was just working for me.
Thank you so much. That's shouts out to my team, the Spark Plugs. These guys are amazing, man. They've been helping me throughout my whole career, even as a director, you know. And you know, just it came full circle. You know, everything's just coming full circle. You know.
That's awesome. Let's talk about some of those things about the project that you said were very intentional and like beneath the surface.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we can start at you know, the fact that it's already two. I mean, already the mixtape was released 10 years ago. Mm. So this is a decade anniversary type thing. If you see the cover, I don't know if you guys seen you've never seen Already One cover, right? Yeah, because that Piff is no longer alive, so that's the only place.
Isn't that sad? Yeah,
that's
crazy. It's insane. Where do people go for mixtapes now?
Let's take a quick break.
In the Field Radio is brought to you by Mrs. Kisses Pies, the Capital Region's go-to bakery for all your sweet treat needs. From their legendary sweet potato pie, to their Cookie Monster or Cinnamon Toast Crunch cheesecakes, and any flavors you can think of in between. Mrs. Kisses Pies is guaranteed to bring out the kid in you with a fresh and delicious masterpiece that'll be remembered long after your next event or family dinner. So visit Mrs. Kisses Pies in Albany and on Facebook to order your own custom desserts, and they'll even deliver if you're on the 518.
I don't know. I don't think
You
people
just
are putting
don't?
on mixtapes.
Yeah.
No, let me see if I can find it and just put it in this group chat, because this will make all the sense in the world. So,
Oh yeah,
sorry.
got it.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, so now that's the first cover, right?
Oh, I see the L.
All right, so you can see the L. So you get, so it's starting to come to you now. Like, I don't really have to say much, like, but I do at the same time, because even those, they're more intricate pieces. You know what I mean? So as you can see, already it's plastered around the back and it's cartoonized. So that to me showed a little immaturity. You know what I mean? Like,
Definitely shows growth. Love it.
Right. So I wanted to show growth. I wanted to show evolution just by, showing my actual self and showing that I'm being vulnerable. I'm being who I say I am at the same time as owning up to it. You know what I mean? Because a person could say they're somebody, but yeah, that was me stepping out of my shell, because anybody who knows me knows I'm introverted as hell. So I'm really just stepping out of my shell and doing what I love. And if you see, obviously already two Roman numerals takes up the L's. That was something cool. I thought was cool. And as well as the new already cover, the background, the alreadys were spray painted by my right hand man, who's like my creative director, and just just means so much to me. He's like one of the most creative people I know, and I love the fact that he was the one who actually wrote those words. And actually, look, as you can see, it's merch with his handwriting.
I was about to say, I was like, that would be cool on merch. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, we and then I don't know if you've seen the video shit going on with K Goddess. That all took place at the photo shoot for the cover. And, I think I'm going too far, but yeah, pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much a lot, the gist of it. But once again, June 19th is my brother's birthday, my late brother's birthday. So I wanted to, put it out on his birthday as well to, pay homage.
That's a beautiful thing. About who is, let's talk about production.
Oh yeah, please. Definitely want to give my guys some praise. First off, Lucid on the beats. He's the one who produced Shit Going On, and I guess that we can say that that's the record that kind of re-sparked my fire, my flame. You know what I mean? So Lucid Dreams. He's a friend of mine. I met through a mutual friend, Rich Stars. He was an artist I was working with. So
we
I
love
met
Rich Stars.
Yeah.
In the world, how did Rich Stars get here?
What a small world.
What's that crap?
I shot his video. I shot I did way more than that with Rich Stars. Me and Rich Stars have a long history. So
Are you serious?
Yeah, we have projects together. I met Lucid through Rich, and we just kept in contact. And it was one time when I started coming back, I was just like, yo, bro, just send me beats, please. And he sent me a pack of 90 beats. Okay, let's go. So I heard that one beat, and I'm like, I did that. I sent it to him. He loved it. I actually originally had an artist on it by the name of Arson White. He's my really good friend, and we kind of wrote the song together. Not really, we were just bouncing ideas, and I just wrote the song and off of melodies, kind of, sort of, you know what I mean. And I didn't write it. I just recorded the song off of melodies, and he wrote a verse. The verse is dope. He's a fire artist, but for some reason I felt like it needed more. So I hit up a couple people. I hit my boy TGI Fly up. I asked him to put a verse on it. He put a dope verse on it. And I was still impartial. I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this. You know what I mean? I'm just like, so I just kept it where it was just an open verse and I cut it short. So it was just me, my hook, my first verse and the hook, and I cut it short. And I just previewed it on Instagram, and it was well received. So I'm like, I might have something, you know what I mean? And I didn't think too much about it. You know, I just let life happen. And then, you know, I met my day-to-day manager right now. He wasn't my day-to-day manager then, but he was a person who interviewed me as JLShotThat, you know, but he found out that I did music. So when he heard the record, he was like, yo, bro, you playing. Like, he was like, yo, you're playing. Like, if I was you, if I had your talent, like, I would not be wasting it. You know what I mean? And he would always tell me every day, like, yo, you bugging. He'll send me like the song, like, bro, listen to this. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, so he would always encourage me. So he was like, yo, just do me a favor. Just finish this song for me. Just finish this song for me. And I was like, you know what? Let me just try to just finish the song. Like, because I remember I had an open verse. I'm like, I'm going to just do it. It's just me. And just take everybody off of it. So I'm like, all right. So I said, all right. And I did it. And I sent it back to him like within an hour or less. And he was like just in love, mind blowing. And I ain't gonna lie, I was out from that. That was a big step for me because that was one of my biggest things as an artist. Even back then, I would always do incomplete records. You know, always do incomplete records. You know what I mean? Like when I did the record and I heard how full it sounded, you know, how complete it sounded, I was just like, yo, I can do it. You know what I mean? Like I can do this. Like I can really do this. Like, and I don't have to be worried that I have to get a feature on it to complete the record. I can literally just do this myself, and I could take no time and actually not wait for anybody and actually get something done. You know what I mean? Like it just sparked like a whole like, do this. You know what I mean? Like it sparked that up. You know what I mean? And yeah, and then randomly, I'm playing Call of Duty one day, as they say, I shouldn't have been doing, like, you know, girls and whatever. You know, you should be doing more productive things. But, you know, this time it seemed to be productive.
Yeah.
I'm playing Call of Duty and I meet a guy on it and he's like, yo, bro, can I send you beats for Fabio? I'm like, yeah, of course. Follow me on Instagram, whatever.
Through Xbox?
PlayStation.
Or he hit you up through
He's
PlayStation?
like, don't insult me.
I ain't giving Xbox that shine. No, it's PS.
I'm saying, put your PlayStation name in the chat.
Hilarious.
I may or may not play PlayStation.
But yeah, so he posting like snippets of me doing music, and he caught a whiff of it, and he's like, yo, bro, you do music? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, I do beats that sound like the beats that you're doing. Because he knew I was getting them off of YouTube. So he's like, yo, I can send you some beats. Like, I can send you a pack. I'm like, I can send them. I'm not thinking nothing of it because, you know, I literally get beats from producers all day, but not from me. It's usually for like Bobby or artists that I work with, you know what I mean?
Right.
Swear to God, the first beat I heard, I didn't even listen for like 3 seconds. I loaded it straight up into Pro Tools and I just put my headphones on and it just spewed out. You know, it was just spewing, just going. Finished the record, sent it off to them, and it was mind blown. He was mind blown. So this guy named Seymour Beats. So now he's like, yo, bro, I'm gonna send you a whole new pack, bro. I'm about to send you 10 more beats, right? So there's something I noticed about, I'm Asian. My mother's Vietnamese, so this is like a stereotype, but I'm just joking at the same time. But I notice patterns, you know, I'm a pattern guy, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we gamble and shit. You know what I mean? But I noticed patterns, you know what I mean? And it was a thing. He collabed with every beat. It was a collab. It wasn't just him. So it said Seymour X somebody. You know what I mean? But it was a pattern that every beat that I was choosing said 2 of the same names: Seymour X Jim. And this is throughout like 13, 14 beats. So I'm like, all right, so something has to be up with Seymour and Jim and me. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo. So I hit Seymour. I'm like, yo, bro, can you just send me a whole batch of beats with just you and Jim? You know what I mean? Just like whatever y'all did together. He was like, all right, cool, but Jim quit 3 years ago, and he's an architect now. So he's not making beats anymore.
What, Jim?
No, Jim.
An architect, Jim?
He's like, yo, we wasn't placing beats, bro. I'm like, just ask him, you know, and just see what he says. He's like, you know what? It is a good chance that he might come back because, you know, it's a dope record, and you are JLShotThat. Now, and where they're from, JLShotThat is way bigger than I am out here. Like they're from the UK, you know what I mean? And you know how instrumental pop and Fabi are out there, So they actually know who I am, you know what I mean? They actually respect my work. He hits me up the next day, just ecstatic. Yo, bro, Jim is back. He said we're gonna make a whole new he said we're gonna make a whole new pack for you tonight. I'm like, all right, we lit. So I send it over.
Did Jim keep his job?
Yeah, he kept his job.
Okay.
He just he kept his job.
Jim was ready to risk it all.
Yeah, he wasn't ready to risk it. But he so they made me a new pack. But like from there on, obviously, I just kept going. I recorded probably like a good 16, 17 records. I think it was like 7 of them that was just like really standing out to me. It was just like so solid, like fully completed. I mixed them to a point that I really liked the way it sounded. And initially I was gonna put one more record on it as a bonus or as an interlude or an outro of my cousin. My cousin is an artist named Castle. He's OD. Like, I can't even say how OD he is. And I'll show you how OD he is the reason why he's not on my album. Because
Appreciate the honesty.
What I'm saying. I'm gonna explain it. I know it sounds weird, but I'm gonna explain it. So the record he sent it to me. It was from the same producers, Seymour and Jim. I sent him the beat because I knew he was gonna body it. So he did it and he sent it back, and I'm just like, what the is this? Like, just crazy, like fire. And I literally didn't know what to do. I couldn't follow him. I could not follow him. And I told him, I'm like, because I can't follow what you did, bro. Like, you OD. Like, I can't do nothing to even compare. You know what I mean? So he's like, nah, we joke. It's really my cousin. So like, we talk all the time. So it's just like, he's like, yo, bro, just do it, bro. Just do it. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. But every time I tried, nothing comes out. Like, I swear to God. And I didn't understand. But I do believe in one thing in my life, and if it's anything, is just energy and universal law. You know what I mean? Like, I study these type of things because that's the only thing that really actually that I have proof of working in my life. You know what I mean? And proof of just of it being real, because my energy and my intuition never lies to me. So what I did, I called him and I was like, yo, bro, I'm like, cuz send me the record with just you on it and cut it short. I'm like, don't worry about me. Like, I don't have to be on it. He's like, yo, bro, cuz I really want you on the record. So I'm saying, hey, like, I bet. In my head, I'm still like, I bet. I'm gonna just hop on the record. Deadline's coming. Deadline's a week away. You know what I mean? But I'm still in my head like, I'm gonna get it done. You know what I mean? If I didn't do it, it's not supposed to happen. So I just kept it on. So that's really what happened with that record, you know what I mean? But then it was another record on there. It was a record with me and my 2 boys, Drew Bino and Whoopty. They're a group called Mess Boys. And they had this slogan called Perform. And I did a record, and the hook was like, I had the word perform in it. I was like, oh, it would be smart to put them in it. You know what I mean? Like, just because that's their thing. So I put them in it, and I actually loved the record a lot. My manager loved the record. So we were initially going to put it on the album. So this was like literally like the final track list was everything that's on it right now, plus this one record called Perform. I did a rollout to where I would just pull up on people, and I'm going to play my music. And mind you, these are all people that only know me as JLShotThat, you know what I mean? So they don't even know it. So I'm literally just about to get a raw reaction on camera. Whatever happens, happens, and I'm going to post it. You know what I mean? Like, that was my rollout in my head. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't lose there. Either way, if they don't like it, I'll probably still get views, and somebody might like it. You know what I mean? Like, it was very successful, but it was a recurring thing that one record was the only record that some people didn't like. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right. So I was already skeptical, but then I had a meeting with Alvon Miller, which is a very good friend of mine. I used to perform for him back in the day when he used with Shady Records. He said these words that I'll never forget. He said, bro, if you take that one record off, Perform, if you take that record off your album, this album will be a classic. And I said, all right, I got to take this off. I got to take it off. And this is from a person I respect, you know what I mean? Like, he's been in the industry forever, you know what I mean? And I respect him. I said, I got to take, as much as I want it on there, I got to take it off. You know what I mean? And the world is telling me to take it off. The universe is telling me to take it off, and I took it off.
The
And then
world,
even
not the world.
not the universe, sorry, but even in the future, you guys will see like it was really a reason like that I took it off, because I tried to shoot this video 3 times in a row. This is after I released, because I was gonna put it out as a single, just like to show love. I tried to shoot this video 3 times, and all 3 times it didn't happen because of some really weird. So I'm like, all right, this song is not even supposed to come out. You know what I mean? Like, and what it is because that's the only song that was on my EP with negative energy. You know what I mean? Everything else is good vibes. You know what I mean? So like, it's just higher vibration. It's so much. It's like everything to do with this project is so deep that I get emotional every time I talk about it. But I'm not gonna get emotional right now. But it's just because it's like throughout
everyone cries with us.
Yeah.
So throughout like my rebirth, I guess I do want to call it a rebirth, because I think everybody lives the story of Jesus. But I think, you know, during my rebirth, so many miracles happen. Like every day, I can't even tell you how many miracles happen. You know, damn, I might get emotional, but yeah.
Take a minute.
It tells you like that's the way that you're supposed to go.
Yeah, but shout out to you for being in tune with the energy and for listening. Not everyone listens.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, just like so much good started happening.
That's incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah. Sorry, let me get a second.
You don't have to be sorry. You don't want to like you wouldn't like have it any other way. Like, would you change anything about how you got here?
Nah, I wouldn't.
What would you say to the official JL that like dropped already, the first one 10 years ago? If you could go visit him and say something to him, what would you say?
I don't know. I would say thank you for making me me. Thank you for making me who I am now. I had to learn, you know?
Usually people are like, I would tell them, don't do this, don't do that. You're like totally fine with it. You're like, thanks.
Gotta learn. You can't regret. Gotta learn.
Yeah, because that person on Already made you who you are on Already too.
I mean, you don't know like which song people are gonna like and which song did you think was gonna be the favorite?
Let It Be. It just had a real like a happy vibe. That's why, like bouncy. My personal favorite is Tell Me What You Want, because that was the first record that I did from their beat patch.
Mm-hmm.
And it means a lot because I literally, during the whole time, you know, I just got a relationship, and I just let it go. I just let it all out on wax. Tell Me What You Want is literally everything I felt at that moment. Like everything I felt at the moment, you know. Everything on this album is everything I felt at that moment. Like I was 1,000,000% vulnerable, which I've never been really in my music. So, well, in my life, not even my music, in my life, period. I've never been vulnerable. So, this is me, you know, taking that leap of faith as well.
What do you think it was about being vulnerable that connected with your fans or connected with the audience?
The realness, I mean, the relatability, you know what I mean? The resonance. It's just like everybody has going on, you know, pun intended. It's because it's so relatable, you know? Every word I'm saying is something that I'm sure everybody's been through or going through or knows somebody who's going through it. If a person could connect to your words, then that's, you know, that's the power. And I think I just connected with my inner emotions and, like I said, vulnerability, and just let it go. Just let it come out.
Do you think relatability is missing from music nowadays?
No, I think vulnerability is. I think it's just I think vulnerability, honestly, because everybody just wants to be somebody. You know, the last person that just went viral, and nobody's, you know, truly genuinely showing who they truly are, because they think that those people are people that people want to see because they're the ones who get the numbers. So they're gonna try that instead of just thinking like maybe being me might be better than being him or her.
What do you got coming up next? Are you gonna be doing like performances and stuff? Like the album's out. What are we gonna do now?
Of course. Like, honestly, performing is, you guys will learn. My listening session, I literally put on a theatrical. Performing is that's literally my thing. That if it's not just recording, performing, like I said, Michael Jackson is my favorite artist in the world. You know what I mean? Like, every inspiration I have is from that guy. You know what I mean? Like, in performing, I can put on a show. Like, I know how to capture emotions. You know what I mean? As you can see in my videos, like, I know how to make a person feel it. So I can make you hold your breath. You know what I mean? And I could do that just because I know how to. And that's just, I think that's a gift of mine. Like, even when I perform, I black out sometimes. I don't even remember, like, sometimes, like, what happened. Especially because I catch a lot of anxiety. Like, I'll just, like, feel like I'm blacking out, but I'll actually black out for a moment, but then come back, and it's just like, it's going well. You know what I mean? It's going really well. You know what I mean? Just go and get right back into it. You know what I mean? But I really love performing. I really love performing. And every time I perform with a live band as well. So I'm always going to give it an experience.
I love that. Give it experience. Anything coming up with the live band?
We have another one coming up in the Sultan Room, which is a venue that I really love, that I'm going to put on a hell of a show at in August. And will more than likely be continuous, like every month thing, a series. Like, it's something that goes on every month type thing. You know what I mean? Always gonna try to please. I'm a people pleaser, but I'm a people pleaser to please myself. So selfish. So don't think I'm giving my truth to it.
I totally get that.
So you're gonna balance JLShotThat with OfficialJL this whole summer.
I've been trying. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it. I've been successful. Honestly, it's been only helping me. It's only been a benefit. Honestly, a lot of people that I work with understand that I understand music now. You know what I mean? So they understand that I can put out a visual and I can look good. So if I can make myself look good, you got to know I can make yourself look good. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's only been a help. It's definitely helping because I'm going broke. You know what I mean? Like, being an artist costs a lot of money, and nobody understands. Like, it's just, so the videos help. You know what I mean? I need that money that's coming in to support my dream, which I try to teach, the youth around me as well.
So being that it's the 50th anniversary of hip hop, we're reflecting back, but we're making the people that we interview really reflect back on themselves, not just the top moments in hip hop. So what are the top 5 videos that you've shot in your career?
Dior, Big Drip, War, Weddy, just because of, I think Weddy was like a really good experience for me, like being a director. That was like my first step into like just directing, because I didn't DP that. I just directed that one. So I think Weddy would get to number 4. And number 5, I'll probably say, yeah, my video for sure. Word. One of my videos, Let It Be, probably, I guess. Even though I created, directed it, Sparkplug directed it, but it's all the same,
I was wondering about that. Like, did you have your team shoot your video?
Yes, for sure. Definitely. Full circle, I know they know how to, we have chemistry already. There's no reason to change it,
Yeah, definitely. You guys have done some big videos. If you could collab with anybody, who would it be?
Like, in what sense?
Video, music, production. Just who are some goals that you have that you would like to collab with?
Some goals? Okay, some is better than one, because that's just rough. But obviously Drake, everybody's gonna say Drake, but Drake, yeah, not for sure. Drake was a huge inspiration to me as well. So Drake, her, I absolutely love her. Everything about her, I love her. Lauryn Hill for sure. Chris Brown, huge inspiration. Quentin Tarantino, if I could ever if I could step foot next to that man, like, that would be amazing. He's definitely a GOAT. Will Smith, he's a really, he's actually like one of my mentors. Obviously, I don't know him, but he's definitely one of my mentors. Like, I take so much from him. His words are so powerful. When he said, like, your greatest gifts or achievement is on the other side of fear. That changed like my whole mind frame. Like, just those words, as simple as it can sound, it's so complex, and like, it literally changed my whole mind frame. I just stopped being scared. You know what I mean? Like once you understand that fear is what's holding you back, you just got to overcome that. And literally, those words that's all I needed. So like things like that. Like people that inspire me.
Are there any producers that you'd like to work with for beats?
Yeah, Troy Taylor, the GOAT. I definitely want to work with him. I actually hit him up. I DM'd him right before I dropped my EP, and I said, well, we follow each other just because I only know him through his daughter. His daughter's a videographer as well. Shout out to Kaya Napri. But we follow each other, and I just hit him up. I'm like, yo, I really look up to you. I really admire your work. It would be a dream, for me to work with you. I know you only know me as like a director, but I'm putting out my EP, and hopefully you listen to it, and we worked in the future. And I just left it at that. I didn't look at the message. I didn't see if you've seen it or not. I just left it at that. Like manifestation. I'm just planting the seed. So hopefully I do work with Troy Taylor.
And then one last question. As a female-fronted radio show, we like to highlight extraordinary women. So who's a woman that made a huge impact on your life?
My mother. I don't want to say anything more about that. Nobody else made a big impact on my mother. So, yeah.
Shout out to mom.
Always. Shout out to mom.
All right. And then just let all our listeners know where they can follow you.
OfficialJL, Instagram OfficialJL or JLShotThat.
Well, I saw in your bio you had I'm not in OfficialJL. It was like I'm not JLShotThat.
I'm gonna get to that soon too. That's a whole little marketing scheme I was going for, but I'm gonna get to that soon. Yeah, everything's just OfficialJL, JLShotThat. Honestly, it's confusing, and I have to figure out what I'm really gonna do. Because it is hurting me. I can't lie, because a lot of people hit me up like I can't find your music because they're all searching for JLShotThat. They're not. I'm more known as JLShotThat than OfficialJL. You know what I mean? So it is hurting, but at the same time, that's what I decided to do, and I think the plan is still going to work. I'm just going to go through with it until it proves itself otherwise.
Well, thank you for taking the time out of your day to sit with us. This was a really dope interview.
Thank you so much for having me. I actually really, I'll keep it 1,000,000% with you. I really was not about to do this interview. As you can see, I'm sitting in my bed right now, and I really was not feeling good at all. I think I had this stomach problem called pancreatitis, and like sometimes I have a problem with eating. I don't eat too much because I'm always doing things, and sometimes, as strange as it sounds, I forget to eat. So I wasn't feeling good, and I told my managers, I'm like, I don't want to do this interview, but I said, all right, this is the life I chose, so I gotta do the interview. And I'm very happy that I did it.
Oh, that makes us really happy. Yeah, that's really it means a lot to us when we hear that from artists. Thank you so much for pushing through this. Like I said, this was a super dope interview. I think we learned a lot about you. I can't wait to come see you with a live band.
Oh yes, you're gonna love it.
And I don't know, is there anything else you want to tell our listeners before we get out of here?
Oh yeah, be on the lookout for AMRAC. AMRAC is a TV series that me and 3 other very creative entrepreneurs from Queens of African descent, I guess you want to say, of color. We came together and joined forces. We're all dope, Kayla Bill, she's a dope producer from ABC, NBC, Fox 5. She's known for a lot. King Corey, he's known for producing Power. He's known for being on Power as an actor as well, and doing his own movie, The Green of the Movie. Then we have Emph, the author. He was known for being an outstanding author. He's selling over 250,000 books out of his own trunk. Yeah, we just put together this project called AMRAC, which is karma spelled backwards. A lot of people don't. They're like, what does that mean? But it's karma spelled backwards. It's a really interesting thing because it's so community driven and community based and family oriented. Everybody's volunteering. Everybody. And we have a cast of over 50 something people and a crew of over 40. So everybody's volunteering. That means we believe in something, something that's great, something that's bigger than all of us, you know what I mean? So, with my creativeness when shooting music videos, Corey's professionalism when he's on set shooting SNL and Power, and Kayla's spunk and everything that she brings everything. She's the glue, and with his amazing writing and his amazing imagination, you know what I mean? So put all this together. So and back.
Dope.
That's exciting.
Can't wait. That sounds really, it sounds like it's something that is drastically needed. All right. Well, thank you again.
Thank you guys again so much. Appreciate you guys for even paying attention.
Yes.
A lot of people don't even pay attention, but thank you guys for paying attention. And I'm not going to let you guys down as long as you guys keep watching.
Welcome back to In the Field Radio. You know what I'm about to do. Make sure you follow In the Field Radio. Write to me. Tell me what you think. Do song requests. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. Do shout outs. If you write to me in the DMs, I'm going to read it. And I'm going to do what you tell me to do. Boss me around. I like that stuff. At In the Field Radio on everything. All right. I'm about to get out of here. Big thank you and I love you. To anybody that's rocking with us, all our loyal listeners, love you guys. Thanks for chilling with those chicks on Mondays in the Field Radio 91.3 FM WVKR Poughkeepsie. Have a good night.